place to kick off our season. We're also just thrilled to have Kevin and Andrew's contract extended. They're really great men, great to work with, and really great leaders. So we're glad you guys are here.
All right, questions?
Hey Jimmy, Daniel with ESPN. Nice to meet you all. I was curious as you watched Nick, go through that post-practice workout. Obviously, no time on it when the coach was trying. What was going through your mind as you watched him kind of go through that?
Well, I would say probably the same thing that was going through all of your minds are. We're all hoping and praying that Nick's going to get back because he's not only a great player, he's a great guy, but he seems to be on track. I think we all have to remember he's coming back from an incredibly serious knee injury that required 2 surgeries, but if anybody can do it, it's Nick Chubb. So we're excited to see what can happen.
Since you touched on it, what does it mean to have that stability up top and have the extensions with 2 leaders that you do have?
Well, they're just really great men, first of all, and really good leaders. And I think the players really respect them, and the entire staff works really well with them. They know how to get everybody to come together with the same goals. So it really does make a difference to have that kind of.
That partnership to begin with, we also extended these guests at the time. Has he been extended?
Paul has not. We're working through the situation with Paul. It's a little bit different because he lives in San Diego, but we're comfortable Paul will remain with us in some very important fashion for the long term.
About the extensions, did it feel like a significant step for the organization to have top 2 guys, or 2 top guys, extend, around for more than one contract into the foreseeable future?
Well, I guess you would say it's a relief that they performed well, and Dee said it well. I mean, they're not only a good GM and a good coach, but they're really good people. They're very young. I think oftentimes we forget how young they are, and I think potentially very high ceiling for both of them. So it's, as Dee said, they're good at their job and they're good people to work with.
Can you both maybe address just how well Deshaun Watson has come back so far from the shoulder surgery, and how nice it is for you guys to see him out here in 11 on 11 since he getting pads on Monday? So just how
Yeah,
encouraging is
I mean, I think for what you can see as well, he's really comfortable and really competent. And I think that has made a big difference this year, immediately coming out comfortable and competent.
And, Deshaun had the surgery, if I remember, the Monday after Thanksgiving. So Jan, Feb, March. He came back in early April. I think he attended every practice of the spring, might have missed one, which was great for him. He's worked hard. He told us he's in the best shape he's ever been in. So we're excited to see what happens next week, get the pads on, and see how he does. But he's in a very good frame of mind, as I think you all saw yesterday.
All things considered, you had a pretty good year offensively last year with injuries. Why did the organization think the offense needed to be changed and the coordinator needed to be changed?
I think that's a hard question because you're talking about the people that were here who are really good people, in some ways did a really good job. I think you're always trying to look to improve, innovate, and get better. And you're also looking what offense fits your quarterback skill set the best. So we're excited to see what Ken and his group can do. We obviously have 2 new O-line coaches, new tight end coach, new running backs. So the entire offense, except for CO, is new. They have put in a ton of time. Kevin has been right in the middle of it. And I think the solution Kevin came up with, where there's going to be a fair amount of change in the offense, but he's going to call the plays, is a good one.
So I come back to the Greenbrier, and have you had any pepperoni rolls?
I don't think we had pepperoni rolls, have we?
No.
We don't need. I don't need to. This was Kevin's idea to come down here, who was big on getting away for camp, and it worked out well last year. He would say that, let's face it, we faced as much adversity as you could face, right? We're devastated by injuries. Lou Jack the first game, then Nick, then Deshaun, then all 3 tackles, et cetera, and yet still managed to finish 11-6 and make the playoffs. He felt like that bonding, if you will, really helped us through the tough times, and it's hard to argue with that. And the second year is easier, right? Everybody knows where everything is, you all included, so hopefully it'll help us again this year.
To go back to Deshaun and the contract, and obviously entering year 3 of that, and the time he's missed, just how confident are you guys still in him and the success he can bring to this team, and obviously the Super Bowl goals of it all?
I mean, Deshaun works really hard. I mean, he's well prepared. He worked really hard off season. We obviously have really high expectations. He has really high expectations of himself.
For both, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
Off of that, with Deshaun, how often do you guys
Are you guys in conversations with him, just casual or otherwise? And how much have your relationship with him kind of grown over these 3 years?
I mean, we talk to the players all the time. I mean, we're in the building, so we see them on a casual basis. We talk to Deshaun on a regular basis. I mean, I think a lot, maybe not all our players, but a lot of our players are really comfortable with us being around, and Deshaun is certainly comfortable with us.
Could you update us on the stadium situation?
Yeah, great question. I think we said the last time we talked to you all, this is a big project, okay? No matter which direction we go into, it's complicated. Anytime you have a public-private partnership, it's not easy. We're continuing to work through the process, and we hope sooner rather than later we'll have a solution. But I can assure you, we were on the phone for an hour this morning talking about various things that have to be solved, and one solution or the other, and we'll continue to do so till we get to what we think the right answer. And if you ask what's the right answer is what is best for our fans, okay? That is driving 90% of the decision making. What's best for our fans? Because these are long-term decisions. This isn't a 5-year decision, a 10-year decision. It's at least a 20-year decision, maybe more. So what is best for our fans will ultimately drive what we do.
Yeah, well, no, we just came off the MLS All-Star Week down in Columbus at the Lower.com Stadium, and we can see what a new facility again can do for the vibrancy of the city. I mean, it was an incredible 3 or 4 days in Columbus.
Since you last spoke on it, is it getting more complicated or less complicated?
I don't think either, Tony. It's just, I think I said this. If we go to Brook Park, and I'm not saying we are, that's a $2.4 billion project plus the real estate development around it, which make about 3.5. That would be the 3rd or 4th largest construction project ever done in Ohio. If we remodel our existing stadium and spend $1 billion, that's more than Sherwin-Williams is spending on their downtown office building. So the complexity of these, getting the design right, the cost right, making sure you can finance it, how much equity it's going to take, working with city, county, and state just takes time. And everybody is working hard on it.
How close are you to coming up with a plan? Some of the feedback the folks that I've talked to, they're looking for a singular plan. They're not looking for option 1 and option 2. So what's the timeline to make that decision between a renovation or to
Yeah,
build
good question, Daryl. I don't know that because there's too many variables. I can tell you we're intensely focused. Hope it happens sooner rather than later. If I was you, I'd ask what's sooner. I don't really want to commit and say exactly because there's still a fair amount of variables.
You had that Berea project too. The state did not give the city the funding for the rec center or the field. What does that do for your plans for those 16 acres, and when do you expect to put shovels in the ground and start developing that area?
Real shovels in the ground next March or April. Probably we'll do some preliminary work if all goes well, underground work, if you will, in the fall before it turns cold and wet. Still cautiously optimistic we'll be able to get everything done there. And I think it's Dee and I went down and looked at the Star in Dallas 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's not going to be of that magnitude, but I think it's a cool little project, if you will, for Berea. We still hope to have a rec hall for everybody to use, student housing for Baldwin Wallace, apartments, hotel, which that area badly needs it, some restaurants, and then a 7,500 seat stadium that we'd activate for football, lacrosse, soccer, high school games, Baldwin Wallace games, etc. That I think it'll be a really neat project. So you all are there at Cross Country Mortgage Campus all the time. When you come over that bridge and see all that open space, it's good. So we're excited. It's not near the magnitude of what Brook Park or what our remodel of Cleveland Brown Stadium would be, but it's a neat little project.
Jimmy, the mayor has made apparently a big commitment to the Dan Gilbert project on the riverfront. How does it affect what you're trying to do, funding-wise?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say this. We don't view this as one or the other, okay? And we want Dan's Bedrock project on the river to be successful. It's my understanding the city is setting up a pretty substantial TIF for them, and good for them. We hope it gets done, and we hope the lakefront gets developed at the same time, because if both of those can happen over the next 5, 6, 7 years, it will make Cleveland and Northeast Ohio a much better place to live.
It doesn't seem that the city wants to move forward with the type of lakefront plan that you guys presented. I believe it was in May of 2021. They seem to want to take a different approach on that, and how does that impact your decision-making process?
You know, that whole project is still in development. I mean, we've had some great conversations with the mayor, so it's flexible too. They have some really good ideas on that plan. I think our plan had some really good ideas, and I think working through that together, you know, that's a process too.
Jimmy, do you guys have,
Let me just say one other thing, and that's the mayor and the current administration's prerogative. You know, it's public property or will be public property. That's their prerogative, and if they think that plan is great, we'll support it.
you have your coach in place for the long term, you've got your GM in place, you've got your quarterback, you've got Miles Garrett, and defensive player of the year. Seems like it's all coming together the way that you guys want it to. So where is the bar set? What are your expectations for your football team this season?
Can I give you the same answer we did last year, okay? Listen, I think we do, but this is the NFL, and if anybody understands how hard it is to win, it's us, okay? Because
And it's
we've
you.
got a long way to go in terms of being a consistent winner. Do we feel good about our roster, our quarterback, and our staff? We do, but things happen, injuries, you know, situations change, and I think you all know we have an extremely difficult schedule this year. If I'm a fan, our home schedule is unbelievable. You know, if you care who wins and loses the game, it's tough. So are we comfortable with it? I don't even want to say comfortable. We've made a lot of progress, still have progress to go is probably a better way to say it.
Jimmy, I know you said you couldn't give an exact timetable, but is there a deadline for the stadium where the plan needs to be start, you know, be in the, you know, in the stages of going for it to be ready by 2029?
Yeah, I guess, Chris, our lease runs out in 28, so I guess you could say that's driving it, and that's providing the sense of urgency. I just don't want to say October 1 or Jan 1 or March 1, because it would be disingenuous, because we really don't know. I can assure you the intensity on all sides of coming up with a solution is extremely high.
How would you describe your dialogue with the mayor personally?
Really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
really
we've
good.
had great conversations. We had dinner with him not long ago. I think we have a really good relationship with the mayor, and we care deeply about Cleveland and kind of his vision for the future, and very supportive.
Will you have anything on the ballot in November? Do you anticipate anything?
No,
Do you need to take this, make it a ballot issue at some point?
it's our understanding we do not.
Why not just pay for it yourself if you want to do it somehow?
You know, that's a complicated question in that the vast majority of these stadiums, if you read the news the last 6 months, are public-private partnerships. We don't own the stadium, and I'll be honest, the way the financials work out in an area like Northeast Ohio, I think it needs to be a partnership. I still think the incremental revenue, and that's what everybody needs to understand, will pay for the financing. What the city, the county, and the state, if they choose to do so, and I won't be presumptuous, is they're really taking our new projected revenue stream, bonding it, letting us bond, and then they're providing the financing for the project. So I think it's a good way to go. We have worked in depth with all, really, 4 entities, the cities of Cleveland, Brook Park, Cuyahoga County, and the state of Ohio.
So regardless if it's a remodel or a new, you don't think it has to go on time?
Unless something changes, we do not.
Do you have a deadline with the land purchase option in Brook Park? Is there a hard deadline with that particular developer?
You know, there's always deadlines with options,
Yeah.
but we have found you can usually work with a developer, and in this case, the developer is somebody we have a very positive relationship. So, you know, cautious optimism, we can work that out.
Do you believe you need the mayor's public approval to go for a park?
I don't think so. I mean, listen, here's what we told the mayor. Regardless, if we stay in Cleveland, we want that to be a win-win. If we go to Brook Park, we want that to be a win-win. And we will be his biggest cheerleaders and supporters either way.
Do you feel like, I know I've asked you this before, but do you feel like an amazing season this year will help foster great feelings for getting your project done wherever it is?
Doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I look at our, you know, we're big on customer service scores, and our highest scores are when we win, and our lowest is when we lose. Was the service really worse? I don't know. It doesn't hurt, but I think most people are going to look at this as a long-term project. And Dee and I've said it numerous times, the support of our fans in Northeast Ohio is phenomenal. I mean, we have unbelievable fans, and that's why we want to work so hard to give them a good experience.
What feedback are you getting from the fans on what they want? If this is all about the fans, do they want downtown Cleveland or do they want Brook Park?
I
A
would just
casual
say,
survey says they're really excited about Brook Park, but
Yeah.
you know that's not very scientific. So I don't know.
Does a renovation to the stadium, obviously a dome would allow you to host a tremendous amount of additional events than if you remain open air, but would the investment in the existing stadium provide you organizationally to meet the goals that you're aiming for with a stadium project, as far as the additional events and things like that? Because you're still open air, you're still on grass, you're all that,
Yeah,
well, go ahead, huh?
I just think we're really trying to solve a lot of the problems with the current stadium. Safety for the fans getting in and out of the stadium, make it easier for them. I mean, it's really complex to get all that worked out and solved. So I think those are some of the major issues we're trying. Functionally, we have a lot of issues with the current stadium that we're trying to solve for.
Big challenge with our current site are ingress, egress, and traffic, and those are challenges that can we allay some? Yes. Are we going to be able to perfectly correct it? No. It's just
Couple more?
How do you feel about the 18 game schedule? It feels like a strong push to that. Do you like it, and how fast do you think it could get there?
Well, let's understand, for that to happen, NFL and NFL owners and the players union have to agree, okay? And the number one concern for both of those groups is player safety. So we'd have to be convinced. We know we would take off an exhibition game. We'd have to be convinced it's not going to move the health and safety needle negatively in any way. If we get comfortable with that, then if the players are willing to play an 18th game, I think everybody understands we split the revenue. So they get half and we get half. But I think we need to see and make sure that the health and safety numbers are not going to go backwards on us, because we have worked really hard on improving that over the last, it's been the number one focus the last 5 years, and I think will continue to be so. And we've made progress, but we just need to make sure of that.
Jimmy and Dee, yesterday we talked to Deshaun Watson, and the press conference geared towards him talking about blocking out the BS and not giving to whatever's about leaving the team now. Is that consistent with the mindset that you've seen from him so far this whole entire offseason, or did that maybe not strike the note that you would like on the first press conference?
Look, I think Deshaun's trying really hard, and I think blocking out the noise is something really important to him. So I think he was probably emotional when he said that. I mean, that's something that I can see in the current situation saying that. But I think Deshaun is really focused this year, and I think he's much more comfortable and confident.
How did it happen that you ended preseason in Seattle in that game?
Tony, that's a good question. Would you
Yeah,
ask the
yeah,
NFL that?
yeah.
In exhibition games, you're generally
your
supposed to
area.
play close by. And obviously there's a lot of teams, and the last thing you want to play is on the West Coast at night. So I do not know how that
Get an
happened.
explanation?
No.
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 Trevor, speaking of Trevor,
Would you mind addressing Deshaun's mindset? I know you did.
Oh,
but
yeah, I would say this. Listen, the injury was terrible, okay? But maybe in a different sort of way, being out in LA, he was out there really, like I said, 4 months, and really got into his rehab, was away from everything. I think we all understand the weather out there. And when he came back in April, it was obvious he had a much different mindset than we'd seen before. I mean, and hopefully we'll get a great year of play out of him, because I know he wants that and we want and need that.
do you foresee the NFL, every team going to have an international team in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I think they generally spread it around based on a lot of different things. And we almost went to Brazil instead of the Packers went, which
Yep.
I'm actually fine with, because that's a long trip. But I think this is me personally, in focus of winning games, I'd just soon not go to London or Munich or wherever. But the NFL continues to grow as an international game, and so we've all got to do our share to help it.
You guys talked about the culture,
Last
the
one.
extensions for Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. When we talk about the guys that have returned here, not even to mention the free agency signings that you guys are able to pull in. What has it been like as owners of this franchise to see that kind of culture shift for the Cleveland Browns?
I think Andrew and his team, and Kevin is big on this too, and I want to make sure I say this carefully, we don't have bad guys, okay? We have high character guys who work hard, who care about the team, etc. And when we go sign free agents, we focus on the draft heavily, and we focus on free agents too. And the free agents have all fit in. Listen, it's early, but they've all fit in well, and they seem like good players, and hopefully they'll be good people, and hopefully they'll be good players.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Great to see you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, did you think?
Power button on the top corner.
Or just grab it.
Oh, you just want it?
I forgot that was a cool spot.
How you guys doing today? Good.
What's your first NFL training camp been like so far?
First and foremost, I just want to give all glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I mean, first camp has just been a hell of a feeling. You know, just real blessed to be out here with the guys and just be playing for the Cleveland Browns.
How do you feel like your skill set, your level of talent is stacking up now that you're alongside Miles,
Yes, ma'am.
and all these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my skill set, my talent. I mean, I bring a lot of energy to the game, and I bring a lot of juice. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there working, you know, just as hard as those guys are, and it's a lot of guys. We have a couple of 10-year-plus guys, and a lot of guys that's played a lot of football. So just being able to learn from them, I feel like it's just the best thing ever, and I'm just very blessed to be around a great group of guys.
I know Michael Dowden's going to miss some time and had that procedure yesterday.
Yes.
Can you just talk about what it's been like getting to know him, first of all,
Yeah.
for you, and then just stepping up in this opportunity that's
Yeah.
right now?
I mean, the day I got drafted, I mean, he texted me right after. So, you know, just already just getting that feel for him, you know what I'm saying? Just a outgoing person, you know, it's just an unfortunate, you know, situation that happened. But, you know, he's going to be back, and, you know, I can't wait for him to be back, you know, praying for a speedy recovery. But, you know, just like I said before, just very eager to learn. He's played a long time in this league. You know, I don't know exactly what time, but he's played a lot of football. It's no coincidence.
What's been the
Going back to May, where do you think you made the biggest strides?
I mean, I would just say my work ethic. I mean, my work ethic is increased by far, for sure. You know, especially just being around these guys, and you know what I'm saying, just my hunger has just been built.
what's been the toughest part of the adjustment for you?
There hasn't really been a toughest part of my adjustment right now. You know, my work ethic from before, you know, it's been great. You know, I just turned it up a notch, you know, +2. But, I mean, I would just say, you know, just staying after, you know, getting extra work with those guys, you know, just like Miles or, you know, Zadarius and all them, and like Mo Hurst, you know. Like I said before, just being blessed to be out there with them.
So you're talking about turning up the work ethic a couple notches.
Yeah.
Is it because you looked around and said the talent's better here, or because you see guys working even harder than you were working?
No. I mean, I feel like it's just something, you know, I always kind of have like this self-reflect, and I'm just my worst critic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find a way where I can always, you know, what's something better that I can do to help this team, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Like you did the first pitch, your Cavs game. So as a Cleveland kid, what's been the coolest part?
I'll definitely say the Cavs game for sure, and then I did the Monsters game. I threw out the first puck, so that was, I mean, just definitely a great feeling. You know, a kid from Cleveland is just the best feeling ever.
Like, I know it's early, but what have you learned from Miles, or just picked his brain about, since, you know, he talked yesterday about wanting to have that leadership and mentorship role?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, just like, you know, what is he putting in his body? You know, what's like, even today I took a rep out at end, you know, just doing the one-on-ones, and, you know, he came right to me at, like, literally right after, you know, say, you know, like, just giving me tips and, you know what I'm saying, just helping me, just trying to get through my rush, and, you know, what's something I can change. And he was also, you know, telling me the good things I did. So he's very transparent. I really appreciate that. You know, he's defensive player of the year, so he knows exactly what he's talking about.
How was your time at Ohio State helped you for training camp?
I mean, Ohio State, you know, you're not going there just to go there and mess around. You know, the best of the best guys, you know, they only go to schools like that. You know what I'm saying? So you're there to work, and it's no joking or any around or playing around. So I feel like they prepare me very well to, you know what I'm saying, just to increase my work ethic, like I said, and just also increase my mentality and the mental capacity that, you know what I'm saying, you can withstand.
Are you a little lighter, Mike?
No, I'm at 290 right now.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's about where you want to be?
Yeah.
What do you think about kickoff team?
Uh,
I mean, I would assume that's pretty new to you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing whatever it takes to, you know what I'm saying, just to play a role. And that's what Coach Stefanski is always, you know what I'm saying, just play a role. Find a role on this team, you know what I'm saying, the secure spot. So, I mean, if it's by special teams, third down, wherever, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing what's best for the team.
This defensive line is so deep,
Yeah.
on the inside
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about the competition aspect and coming in and just having that be a new part of your day-to-day?
Oh, this is nothing new. I mean, at Ohio State, we had guys like Haskell Garrett, you know what I'm saying, like Zach Harrison, you know, Tyreek Smith, and all those guys. So, I mean, the competition level, I mean, it's no, I mean, it is, you know what I'm saying, a small margin, but I've been playing around a great group of guys, you know, even at Ohio State and even here, you know what I'm saying. So, I just feel like it's the same. It's just on a little bit greater scale. So,
What do you think about coming here for the team?
it's no problem. No matter where we're at, you know what I'm saying? I have no control over that. So, you know what I'm saying? Control what you can control. No matter where we're at, you know, we could be in the middle of nowhere. No matter where I'm at, I'm always going to do what's best for the team and come out here and work every day and, you know what I'm saying, have that juice and have that energy.
So what have you been doing, like, when the work day is done? Like, what have you been doing?
Just getting my body right, you know what I'm saying, doing the cold tub, hot tub, you know what I'm saying, getting in the treatment room, you know, doing ankle flexion or whatever, you know, just keeping your body right. You know, I mean, I feel like, you know, availability is the best ability. If you're not available to play, then you can't do anything.
How nice is it to see your buddy DeJuan coming
Yeah.
along so well?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, just seeing DeJuan every day at practice. I mean, we even got our own handshake, and we still do it from when we did it at Ohio State. So, you know, even Rock, you know what I'm saying, and Luke Whippler, like, love seeing those guys, and they're all, like, in the same row as our lockers. So.
How has Jock helped you early on through rookie minicamp, OTAs, and then now here?
Yeah, Coach Jock has just helped me, you know what I'm saying, tremendously. You know, just staying after it means, you know what I'm saying, just talking through our rush plans or whatever, stuff I need to work on. And, you know, I mean, even like pre-draft, you know, just starting to get to learn Jock, and just being transparent. I feel like I told him that was the biggest thing for me. And, I mean, he just gave me his word on that. And, you know what I'm saying, just being transparent with me every day in and day out. I feel like that's the best. And we're going to have a great relationship just based off that.
Has Mike Vrabel taken you under his wing a little bit, just both being, you know, from Ohio State
Yeah.
centers?
Yeah.
Has he been a big help to you?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, especially like you guys said on the kickoff, you know, he's been being able to, because I mean, it was kind of hard to understand it at first, but because it was just something new to me. I never played kickoff a day in my life, but you know, just trying to use what God gave me. Feel like, you know, just going out there and just working as hard, you know, control what you can control. And then, you know, Coach Vrabel was like, you know what I'm saying, don't be too hard on yourself, you know, take it easy, but also just continue to be a sponge and just be a student of the game. Appreciate you. You have a good one.